fault.
We're on. Blame me. Welcome, cunts, fuckers. That's a bad start. So is YouTube edited out? We never know.
Is YouTube what? Better to do?
They edit out like cursing. Probably.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
No, not in your videos.
Not with our high numbers.
Yeah.
They wouldn't dare. Welcome to the podcast, episode number
5.
5. There we go. My voice is goosed. Struggling from the weekend. No notes. It's going to be a fun one on.
Mark,
Eugene.
having a rough day. If you can't tell, he's heartbroken.
No, I messed up with a girl. I feel bad. Although the serotonin is low too. I'll probably feel grand tomorrow.
I don't think so.
He's just trying to antagonize now. Accidentally stood someone up. Thanks to copious amount of booze. Didn't really want to talk about this, but there we go. We're on the podcast. Life lesson number 1. Never mention anything to your buddies.
Don't share heartbreak stories.
Bottle it up, fellas. Bottle it up and become bitter.
Push it down. And then bury it.
Push it down deep into the bowels and then just take some charcoal pills.
Drown it with White Claw.
Do you know, we never brought up before. Eugene had a great tale about a guy buying his underwear.
Oh, well, you fucking ruined it.
Yeah, well, like, if they're going to hear it anyway.
Well, not how I tell the story. That's a reveal. Well, I was driving along. This is pre-Christmas, I think, just before Christmas. I was going to a charity Christmas event that night.
I have a feeling already I'm going to have to tell Eugene to speed this up.
You said you've no notes, so I'll take my time.
Yeah, true.
Where was I at the very start? I was going to a charity event, and I was driving along I had my coffee, and I was going in from where I live down towards
I'll be
Venice.
the other guy. I'll be the other guy so the story has a bit of depth.
Well, it was okay. Well, he doesn't talk for a minute. It was all gestures. So he was, yeah. It was like that. It was exactly like that. Well, not that. I was driving along, and this fella starts gesturing to me. He was like this dark grey Tesla.
Like this?
Yeah.
This kind of wave?
Yeah.
Or that?
The other one.
Because that is a bit more.
Well, I thought he was trying to get in front of me because there's a sharp turn.
He was trying to get behind you. Hey.
It's a big bender around the corner there. There's a sharp corner. And I thought he was trying to get in front of me. So I was like, yeah, go on, get in there. But he didn't get in. And he just kept waving. So I put the window down and I was like, what's the story?
What's the story?
And he goes...
This, I will say, as you go on, this story takes weird twists that I was not expecting. Go on. Twist number 1.
Twist number 1, he does not want to get in front of me in traffic.
He wants to get behind you in the boudoir.
He says, did you ever do modelling?
First of all, that is a huge red flag.
I know, but it appealed to my ego.
That's a typical narcissist. I feel the same, right? I realized going up and down Runyon. Been hiking a lot recently. I put a hood on because last time I went...
Fuck off. No one knows who you are.
No, last time I went, I just saw people that come to shows.
Really?
And they were like, hey, I like that show. And here's the worst part. I don't want to talk to them for too long because I just listening to stuff. And then they'd be like, are you walking up too? And you can't say no.
That's a nightmare. That's never happened to me.
See?
I met someone who wanted to join my hike.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but I just got to do stuff. They're like, that's cool. We just walk here. And then I'm just walking. And then I have to run away. That's why I put the hood up.
I just tell him I'll jog in a minute.
Yeah.
So
but then I noticed recently if you put the hood up, people will be like, oh, is that a famous person? Because the hood's on. And here's then, as a narcissist, that goes into your head.
I went for a hike with Michelle, I told you.
Yeah.
And she said that people were looking at me like I was a famous person.
Yeah, see, it's all weird.
Why is that?
You have that ugly character look.
Two ugly cunts. People are looking at us and they're too ugly to be in LA.
But I feel like it is, it's a place where people go to like mistakenly think they saw a celeb.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah, so they just want to see it for the story.
Because I never been to Runyon until I went the other day.
Oh, really?
But I heard everyone
Yeah.
goes there.
But the whole, they just want a story. And it's a place where like, oh, I saw, I don't know who might be up there.
Yeah. Do you think famous people go there? Because obviously, if we know.
Yeah,
that's
they
the
do
thing.
like my
There's the other hikes
more
though.
famous comedian buddies would go sometimes. Robbie would go on some of these hikes sometimes.
Mm.
G-Eazy, I know, goes on those hikes sometimes. I'm trying to think who else. I know like women from like people from reality shows go on those shows
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's what I'm saying. Do you think they go up there knowing someone's gonna
Oh, maybe,
want a
yeah.
picture? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Some
know.
of them-
Rob
some
won't
of
go
them.
on that one. He goes on another one. I won't say
But
it.
But he also, like he says, is less recognizable in LA.
Yeah.
So
But that place is a nightmare. That's why, you said I go at weird times too. So that's why I would go at that time because it's less likely to run into anyone as it's getting dark.
That's insane though. Like half the fun of doing the hike is when you get to the top and you can see down.
No, I just like
You go
going up
it's
there
fucking
and
dark.
sweating like a whore. And then it coming down dark is even better. No one can see you. Which is like ideal because then you're not like, I just be power walking up and down. Do you know too? Just the amount of hot women on that hike. You'd be posing all the
It's
way
good.
up.
It's good exercise.
Oh yeah, it's good. But then, like, if they're too hot, you'd be like, "Oh God, I got to power walk past them." But anyway, back to the story. So this
So
this gay fella.
he didn't want to get in front of me in traffic. He said, "Do you do modeling?" And I laughed like you laughed.
Yeah.
And I said, "No." And he said, "Are you interested in it?"
Wait, can we include a picture here of like? Do you ever see those caricatures that the police people sketch? And
What-
they're like,
what are they called
awful.
again? A photo fit? Is that what it's called?
No, this is what the
An artist impression.
artist impression of the
Right.
character. Do you ever see the one where it's like the picture looks like
The newscaster. yeah. It's the head of the newscaster. Yeah.
and he's just like, oh,
It was like a rapist. I think that's a fake. That's fake.
yeah, it has to
Must
be.
be.
But if we get one up, I'll draw one of you just
Right.
to show the people what you look like.
Okay. You have to do that now.
Because you get a lot of comments on that. Oh, he's a legend. I'm like, he's not.
He's not. Here's a sketch. Here's a sketch of him.
Yeah, so I'll draw you like a bean. Or like, more like a pea.
Yeah, the peanut head.
All right, go on. So then,
Um,
anyway, that's why this whole story was ludicrous. Have you ever done modeling?
Yeah, I know. I understand that was like.
But it appealed to the ego.
I hate. I don't want to sound like.
But it's too
I've
late.
heard- Well, like no. Well, like I had like. The thought went through my head. I could fucking fuck this guy up if I
You
had
could
to.
model.
I could punch the head off this fella if I had to. He's driving a Tesla. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. One of those.
And he was like 40s, 50s, early 50s maybe.
Oh, an early 50s gay man. That's his least favorite demographic.
We don't know he's gay yet. We don't know he's gay at all.
All right, go on. Tell the viewers.
And I said no, and I said, "He's so interested in doing it." I said, "Does it pay?"
See, there. I knew you thought you would.
I mean, like he might want me to wear a T-shirt for a fucking, I don't know.
But honestly, they do need all kinds of models.
This is like I didn't know what he meant by modeling.
Yeah.
it could be fat, ugly.
They should have a different
prick
word for it.
modeling.
When it's someone like you, it should be something else.
Well,
Can you wear clothes?
can you flesh mannequin this for me? Can you flesh mannequin this, please?
Can you mirror it? It should be called mirroring. If you're not a good looking model, it should be called mirror.
Body it. Can
Can
you
you
body the shirt for me?
Can you mirror these clothes? Just so people can see what it looks like. Imagine it was one of those things where it's
Could
like
you hold the shirt on your shoulders? Please?
on your body.
Can you hold the shirt on your body for a minute?
And then your head wasn't in any of the pictures.
I've done it. I mean, my neighbor takes pictures for a weed company.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah,
I've worn hoodies for her just standing out there smoking a spliff, and like
I said-
I'm not in it.
Yeah. I said something the other day on Instagram about like, let me find out about models and the amount of people that replied like they were the model.
Oh,
And I was like, oh no, I don't think this is about
do you get that a lot? Do you get people responding to your stories thinking you're talking about them?
the whole time.
Yeah, like specifically them.
Yeah. Oh, it's unreal being like, you don't have to do this. You don't have to call me out. I'm like, this is nothing to do with you. Oh yeah, it's about like
Maybe they're just engaging with you.
so much engaging. Oh yeah, they want. Yeah, I think it's kind of my type of flirting, but it's not fun. Like, do you ever see Instagram? I do the same. They'd be like, "Oh, I love books. I just hate reading them." And then I'd be like, "Instagram models do that," but then this girl was like, "Yeah, well, I'm a model too. I don't do that." I was like, "No, I said an Instagram," trying to imply, "Oh, you don't know what the word model means." She's like, but if I take clothes for photos for clothes companies, I'm still a model. I was like, oh yeah, okay. I don't tell you what I mean.
Yeah, you've been in LA too long.
That's what someone said earlier. I was like, do I like her or is my serotonin low? And someone just replied, leave LA.
Yeah. That's a nice. I don't think that means you've been in LA too long. That means someone wants you to leave LA.
Yeah, like,
You put a nice spin on it.
we can show the tweet.
I've been here too long.
You need to leave. All right, sorry, go on. So he asked you if you want to model.
I asked him, "Does it pay?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "How much?" And he said, "Can you pull over?" And I said,
There we go.
"Follow me up here. We talk numbers."
Oh, there's even weirder about you.
So I drove up the road to this cafe, this diner that I go to every now and again. In this parking lot, there's a bar there, there's a pizzeria there. It's like a little strip mall thing.
Oh, so you were fully in?
Well, I was going to have a conversation. Oh, there was cars honking behind us at this stage when he's trying to talk to me. Like,
Yeah.
so I was like, pull over up here, follow me. I said, we talk numbers. And then I pulled in, I got out of the car and out his window and I was like, well, what's the story? And he kind of gave me the same hash spiel again. Do you do modeling? No. Do you want it? What does it pay? How much does it pay? Like, and he said, I'm going to be honest with you. It's kind of sexy modeling.
That's.
Imagine
poor women.
I started laughing. I was like, oh, fuck. So at that point, like, I knew this is a non-runner, but I'm still going to fucking find out this fella's story.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I was like,
I would say, yeah, the lure. I wonder if that's an Irish appeal. The lure finding out where's this weirdo going.
yeah.
Further story to tell your friends.
Exactly. Right.
Do Americans do that?
I don't know, but I called a lot of people and told them
Americans-
afterwards.
Comment below. Do you do that or do you like get away from me? I'm not in it.
I'm not
I
interested
do a
in
lot
the
of things
story.
for the story.
The potential, the
Yeah.
potential that lives around stuff. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, I have a story I just remember too. Sorry, go on.
right. So I'll try and fast this up, but so he goes, "Are you straight?"
There we go.
I said, "Yeah." Is that a problem? No, he said, are you
a
gay?
problem?
He said, are you gay? And I said, he said, are you gay? And I said, no, I'm straight. Is that a problem? Because I was trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
He was like, no. He goes, actually, let me go straight up with you.
Come on.
I want to buy your underwear off you. And I goes, what? Like that. He goes, yeah. And I goes, how much? And he's like, $100. And I was like, 500.
Nice. Should have said grand.
Well,
Although you don't want to outprice him either.
No, well, I think I priced him at 500 because he was like, no.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, I can make it a regular thing. I was like, no, thanks. I just wanted to get out of there. And he was like, I goes, what's your name?
He said to you?
I said it to him.
To him?
He already had my phone number at this stage. I gave my phone number at the very beginning.
You definitely would be like, Jesus, if you were drunk, you'd be like,
Well, like,
I'm not gay, but I'll suck that dick for 500,000.
anyway, he goes to me. I said, what's your name? He goes, you can call me bitch.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And I goes,
I like this guy more. He
I
sounds
goes-
like a Julian.
I goes, all right, bitch.
That's weird. So he was definitely American, was he?
Yeah.
An American weirdo.
Yeah. And then he was like trying to make, he's like, I can buy him off you a couple of times a week. And I was like, no. And then I was like, I know a couple of fellas who might be interested though.
Oh, there we go. I used that
yeah.
to get out of situations
Yeah.
too.
And
I
then
think
I
my
was
friend Owen, Eugene, he might be up for doing.
Well, I knew if $500 I would have given me jocks there and then. But at less than that, I was not getting involved in anything else in the situation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
There and then, that'd be hilarious.
And then I goes to him.
Imagine I was driving by a car park. And I looked over and you were just
taking my jocks off.
like next to the car because it was too awkward in your car.
So anyway, then I went back about my day anyway. Started calling my friends, telling the story.
Wait, how did you get out of there? But that would have been weird.
He didn't want to pay the $500.
So you said, all right, I gotta go.
He's like, no. He was like, no, I can't do the 500. I was like, oh, the grand.
Really?
You're not getting this.
All right, so but like it's hard to get out of there. That's my problem with these situations.
I was like, oh no. I was like, all right, good luck, bitch. I hope you find what you're looking for. You fucking weirdo. I don't know. But then he texted me then a couple hours later saying, am I getting a pair today or what? Something like that. I can't remember what it was.
You should just went to Ross Dress for Less.
Well, hold on. So At this point, I was after calling about 5 or 6 people and telling this fucking mad story that happened to me that morning.
For the people listening to it, I know it's a long story, but it gets a bit weirder again.
Yeah. So he goes, all these 5 people, who, like at that point that I called, that told the story to, not one of them, every one of them was like, you should have given your jocks for 100 quid.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of them.
You could have bought 4 pairs more.
Right. It's not that they were worth that, but I didn't want him to get the satisfaction of me going into my car and just taking my jocks off.
Again,
And
this is one of Eugene's big problems: stubbornness.
I'm very stubborn. But that's what he wanted. He wanted to know that he was getting the jocks that I was wearing that minute, and I was like, yeah,
He actually wanted you to be his bitch.
exactly. I'm not that dumb, right?
You can call me bitch, and 2 seconds later, you're naked in a car.
If he wants, so like anyway, so I goes. All these people are after telling me like, here, you should take the jocks for $100. So then he texted me saying, am I getting a pair today or what? And then I realized I'm going to this fucking charity event. So I goes, I didn't want to have 100. I didn't want to have multiple interactions with him for multiple pairs of jocks for $100 a pair of jocks.
Yeah.
So I text him back. I said, I'll give you 3 pairs today for $300.
Your whole collection.
Well, I was going to give 200 of it to the charity.
And then 100 yourself.
Yeah.
Nice cup of tea
For the jocks.
Wait, how many pairs of underwear do you own, do you think?
Like 12 to 15.
Oh yeah, probably the same. I used to get very attached to underwear. I think men do that. Like
I know them all well, yeah.
I'll cut a friend loose, but I'm like, oh, I like this pair. Remember, that's when I was hooking up with that chick.
But at some point you there's like a first in last out system.
Yeah, it's sad though. And I hate when a new pair gets a rip straight away. I do that with socks too.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
I'll be ripping the tag off. Does that happen with women in bras? Oh, they must go mental.
Just pulling a hole in the bra.
Jesus, did you see the price for women's underwear compared to men's?
No, men's expensive too. What's a pair of women's jocks?
Women's jocks. There was a one time, right? My buddy in Ireland was telling us a story, and it revolved around. He was with a woman. This is a weird story. I'll tell you quickly because it's kind of good. He's in Cork. He said this French couple approached him. They were like, "Oh, we want to have sex. You fuck my wife." And he was like, he was a bit loose, and he goes, "All right, cool." And he said, I can't remember what he said. He said something like, "Oh, they were going back in a taxi to their youth hostel, wherever they're staying." He's like, "Yeah, she took off her underpants in the car." We were like, you can't call women's underwear underpants.
Yeah, it's mad Irish.
Yeah, like I was like, the whole story's ruined now. But he was saying they went back, and he was having sex with his wife in front of the dude, but then he kind of wasn't looking, and then he looked over, and the guy had taken out a video recorder.
Oh, Jesus.
And now he's just recording him, and he said, your man didn't care for some reason. And then he put up a tripod, and he joined in, and we were like, this is weird, because we were only like 18 at the time. We were like, this is gay. You know, that kind of thing. There's another man in the room. And he's like, no, it wasn't weird. He's like, it only felt weird when our thighs touched each other.
Yeah, no.
But go on, the underpants.
All right, yeah. So then he texted me something in a pair today, and I told him, I did exactly what you said. I went back to my house and got 3 pairs out of the laundry pile. 3 pairs.
Which is what they want. Remember,
doesn't matter. I was gonna, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was 3 of the pairs. Exactly. That's the bonus.
Yeah.
Right?
They want
he
the
can't
smell.
say I fucking didn't get him what he wanted. Do you know what I mean?
Because when I told that shoe
I know
story.
the shoe story. Yeah, he did.
He was upset.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking about that when I was picking out these smelly jocks.
I'd say Eugene looks like the kind of guy that would wear a pair of underwear for 7 days in a row. 100%. You were like, come on, these are my lucky pair.
Sometimes I change them twice a day. Every time I have a shower, I have a fucking new pair. So if I have 2 showers a day, I have a new pair. A second pair a day.
Next time you have a shower, I'm going to be outside your window and just egg you. So you have to have another shower. And I'll be like, let's see. Let's see if he's a man of his word.
Well, I'll come out wearing pants as well. Do you know what I mean?
Once you went home, you got the dirty pairs.
Threw him in the boot. And I was doing other things that day.
Threw them in the boot.
Threw him in the boot in case he said, text me back saying, yeah, let's do the deal, right?
Yeah.
And kind of forgot about it. called a few more people, told him the story, told him the next bit of the story, and then I was heading home, and he texted me, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll meet you in Santa Monica." And I was already after leaving Santa Monica, and I was like, "Oh, this was kind of a funny story earlier," and I was getting sick of it.
Oh yeah. Plus, you went to see the money.
Well, I would have met him to hand him off, and I would have seen the money. Do you know what I mean?
Again, driving by that. I'm going to some gig.
I thought about that. I thought about how do I hand these over? Do I get a plastic bag and put them in? But anyway,
I see you handing him
3
underwear,
envelopes, just a big brown envelope.
He's handing you money, and you're both counting it.
He's sniffing it. I'm counting it.
You're like the same with the money.
Who was holding them up? And he goes, "Meet me here." And I was like, "Fuck, I can't. I'm already here." And he's like, "All right." He's like, "I'm already." I was like, I said something like, I was busy doing something. And I said 6 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, it could be too late." So then he texts. That's why I was going home to get the jocks because I didn't have them on me. I didn't have the spare ones on me, right? I didn't want to get the jocks off my arse, right?
Which is fair.
So I was like, I'm buying time. And then by the time I text him back, he was like, "I'm already on the road. Can you meet me at this 7-Eleven off National and Overland, right?"
If you're listening, you live in the area, go down and hang around. So take over Eugene's corner of the market.
So he was on the 10 going somewhere, right? And he didn't have time to stop. And he was like, "Can you meet me here?" And it was only 21 minutes when I checked. And I was like, but I was still like, "Nah, fuck that." Because I was going to this charity thing in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, well, I have a few drinks before I went out or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, I can't meet you." He goes, "Right, I left $100 under a rock."
All right, that's what the weirdest part today. If you didn't hear that, right. They do just left money under a rock at
Hold on.
7-Eleven.
He said, "I left $100 under the rock outside 7-Eleven as a gesture." And I went, "Well, I'm not going driving over there." Again, being his bitch, right? Because in my mind, there's no money in the rock, and he's sitting by in his car somewhere going, "Look,
just
this
recording
fool, look at this fool looking for the fucking money," right? So
I'd love if he did that. And there's a video then of you just looking under every rock and being like this.
I scoped the place out first, obviously. And I didn't. I'll tell you what I did. So I went over, and so I told him I wasn't going to go and look for the money, and I was, I said, "I hope whoever finds it needs it." Yada yada yada. And then he didn't send it back to me, I don't think. And then I went over, obviously, drove over to the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Did that exact thing, scoped it out, drove by a couple of times, look for the Tesla, right?
I bet you turned on the music in your car.
100%. It was off.
You're like, I need my senses.
I drove past on both directions, and I was like looking around, and I pulled into the parking lot and just walked straight into the 7-Eleven in case there was anyone in there. Just walked in.
TMZ. Dun.
Yeah, he walked in.
Local pervert.
I might have got some chewing gum or something, or a bottle of water. And then
so now you're down money. Now he is his bitch.
No. I needed the water or chewing gum anyway. And I
need the water.
I always drink water and chew chewing gum. So it's grand. It's like a constant thing.
I feel like you said that just so the listeners like he doesn't change his underwear, but at least he's hydrated.
I do change my underwear as well.
And he's got some nice minty buns.
So I pretend to be on the phone, right?
Yeah.
And I start walking, talking on the phone, so that if I do look under rocks and I don't find it, but someone sees me look under the rocks and they find it, I don't want that to happen either.
Oh yeah.
So I'm walking around and I'm just looking at rocks first, see what looks like it's moved recently or what I would hide the rock. What I would hide it.
Oh yeah, so there was no specific. He didn't send a picture or anything like off the rock.
No, and I wasn't going to just kick all the rocks over, so I went over and I saw this one rock that looked like that's the rock I would hide it under.
Yeah,
and I just kicked it with my foot, and it was cash under. So,
that's so dumb.
I went down and picked out. It was 6 $20 bills, just kind of rolled up, and I just.
So he gave extra
$120 for gas. I don't know what it was for. Most of it went to charity though. I think like 80 if it went to charity or
Wait, so then what happened? You got the money. Did you tell him you got it?
No. I just...
So you stopped. Did you text him again?
I think I might text him after that saying...
Yo, I need more.
No. No. Not acknowledging that I found it. Not acknowledging that I found it, but like...
You're like, I'm gone commando, you dirty cunt.
No, just like... I don't know why I texted him after, but he didn't text back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think he said it's too complicated or something like that. I don't know.
He wanted you to be a more simple bitch.
I don't know. I think I got drunk at that fucking that charity thing. So I think if people might have been like, text him back there now. And I was like, abusing him. Like, do you know what I mean?
Just be like, hey, you underpants slut.
I told him I was going to tell this. When I asked him his name the first time he said bitch, I was like, I I said,
I'd love you.
I said, can I call you? I said, I do a podcast. Can I call you on it?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm very discreet. He started panicking.
Really?
Yeah, he's like freaking out.
Oh, seriously? That you might be calling them out?
Yeah, but I mean, what am I going to do?
Oh, yeah, that's like... So is that the end of the story?
That's it. Yeah, I got $120. Didn't lose any underwear. I probably still have that pair in my trunk.
Just some dignity. And then I went to charity. The poor charity. Some kid is going to be like, this money feels weird. This money feels grubby.
This toy that bought this money, nah, they'll be fine. They'll get over it.
I feel like all money's dirty, actually.
Pretty much.
I was at a place recently. The guy, I mean, like, first of all, I signed an NDNA.
What?
An NDNA.
No.
What?
NDA.
NDNA.
a non-disclosure agreement.
Non-disclosure. DNA. NDA. Oh, that's what Jesus, that was a nice dumb moment. And NDNA SMP. This guy's filthy rich, and we were like, is that some bar? I don't want to give away too many details because I don't even know what that thing was that I signed.
No, are you sure you have to say that? Yeah.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
This podcast is worth negative $1 million. Right?
Yeah.
About to get sued.
No, but if I say no names. But anyway, it was at a place, and the guy was like, oh, yeah, there's going to be an Unreal party. All these people, guys, girls, booze, Unreal house, come on up. We get up there, and there was definitely like a few SUVs following us. And then we get there and we walk in, like with the owner, and we sign some form. And then he's like, let's go downstairs. I'm sure he had a pool upstairs, balcony. We go downstairs, he had another pool. Like his house was, if Drake or like P. Diddy, Puff,
Say their names now.
any of them lived there, you'd be like, oh, this makes sense.
Oh,
it was
really?
that good.
Cribsy.
Unbelievable. I couldn't get over it. I was like, I've seen some unreal houses up here. This one is just like, Jesus. He'd like 3 bouncers or something. Like the whole thing was like, I don't know what he did.
3 bouncers, like security guards.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was talking to them about something. We bonded over like a sport. I try not to say anything that like something that we both watch. We'll talk about a sport in a minute that's very similar. An African nations.
Right. You can say that you were talking to a security guard and you bonded over soccer. Jesus, you don't say anything if it's that hairy.
I don't know it's in that form. So we get there.
The form says you can't talk about what you talked about with the security guard.
Yeah, but then we get there and we go downstairs and he's pouring us drinks and I'm just like, where is everyone? He goes, that doesn't matter. And I was like, all right, that's a weird thing to say.
That's very weird.
Yeah. And I was like, that kind of matters, the way you said it. And I was just like, he's pouring drink and stuff. And then I'm just like those people were just behind us. They should be here by now. And then I was talking to one of the bouncers. I was like, this is kind of weird. He goes, yeah. He's like, I don't think you know what's going on. He's like, you should probably leave. And I was like, oh no. The bouncer, he goes, yeah. He's like, he brought you up here to... I'm not saying it because I don't know I was in that form. But to do what basically your underpants fella would want to do to you.
He wanted to buy your underwear off you.
No.
Let's say he wanted to.
That's the euphemism.
He wanted to make sure
go around the back of the yard with me.
He wanted to
hit the highlights and down.
He wanted to take his gondola down the chocolate canal, the Cadbury's canal.
Apparently so, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So then I was like, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, so I literally just sneak out of there. He's like, he's going to cause a fuss. So I snuck out. And then I just got home. And I was like, geez. And then I was talking to the bouncer another time. And he was just like, oh, yeah. He was like, yeah, you got to be careful. He's like, he wasn't bringing you up. He knew what he was doing, basically.
Is he a big lad?
No.
Would you overpower him?
He's got 3 bouncers.
Well, they're not going to help him fuck you. I didn't mean to, or whatever the euphemism was.
Gongalung. Anyway, yeah, it was weird.
Gondola.
The whole thing was weird. But then I was thinking, I was like, Jesus, how many times has this happened to women? where they brought up. Oh yeah, come on,
hold on
away.
a second. Sorry.
No.
Did not mean to interrupt your story. Look at that ring, fucking Bilbo Baggins. What's that? What is that? Are you fucking on the way to Mordor or some shit with that thing?
Oh yeah, I forgot it looks like that.
Here's
Bilbo Baggins.
Here's look at that. My precious. Go on, I have the power now. What is it? Did he give you this?
No, it's just a good ring.
It's heavy enough.
Yeah, it's Versace. Sorry to boast.
I see. And even though it's an ugly fucking ring, because it's Versace, you're going to wear it.
All the time.
typical. I've never been a ring person.
Oh,
Even when I was married.
I used to before.
Even when I was married, I wasn't a ring person.
Really? Maybe that's why it didn't work.
I wear it on a chain. She wasn't really either.
It screams it's not happening. I had one ages ago that I had like since I was in Ireland. Used to play with it all the time. And I lost it one night and it annoyed me so much. Do you know when you're hungover, you need everything to be okay?
How long have you had that ring?
Oh, I'll tell you a story. Since Christmas.
Recently.
Yeah.
And have you worn it out in public yet?
Yeah.
And how many comments you getting it?
Oh, people like it.
Who likes it?
Just
Where did you go? Where did you go?
I work the shows and stuff. People like it.
So in green rooms with comedians, they're like,
No.
"Oh, nice ring, Mark."
Some of them don't, but some of them do. The jealous ones don't. Let's just say Eugene's wearing a green hat for a reason.
It's good. It's an olive green. It's a good, nice color. It's not just
Irish,
green.
It looks like an Irish field green.
Forest green.
Yeah.
That's grand. I'll take.
Oh
that.
wait. So I was,
No, it's not. It's olive green. It's got a little yellow tint to it.
it's when the naivety of a sport gets us in dubious situations.
I can't believe that ring. That is scandalous. It makes your hands look whiter.
Oh yeah, really? I was cold the other day, and the girl was like, take a picture of your ring." My ring looked like, my hands look like death, and I only noticed that now. I'm like, oh, the ring makes me look colder.
Why you ring? That's what it is. Yeah. Why are you wearing it on your middle finger? Is that the place to wear it?
No, because I just took a guess.
What about your thumb? Is that too hippie?
No, it just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
I could, alright, but I mean,
No, that doesn't fit.
you know what's funny
It's on
too,
your
right?
knuckle.
Yeah, it's on the knuckle. But my left hand is slimmer than these two fingers. I'll tell you why. There's a reason.
Say that one more time.
So these two fingers,
On your left hand are slimmer than those two fingers in your right hand, right?
yeah,
Okay.
but for a good reason. When I was young,
They're your finger and fingers.
when I was young, they got broken badly.
Finger and accident.
Oh, kind of. I was at some place, I think it was Dingle, or was it somewhere in Clare? And all right, our family's got friends with this family. I think, who was that? He was like either the head of FAI. He was someone, or he was the head of who sponsored the Irish national team. Opal, I can't remember who it was.
I'll tell you who he is.
It doesn't actually need anything for the story. But we got friends with their families. So like, you know, when you're at like
Burn.
the hotels, I could Google them if I have to, but the hotels
Go on.
were like, you know, they had like family discos or whatever. And I got
Was
friends.
it like a resort?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
And I got friends with like, they had a son that was around my age, and then he had a sister who was like a year older or something. And I fancied her, but I didn't know that at the time. So it was like a school disco, and I didn't know what to say to her. And I was like, "Oh, where's your sister? She's not here." He's like, "No, she's upstairs watching TV." He's like, "Let's go get her." I was like, "All right, let's go up and get her." So we knocked on the door of the hotel room, and she answered. She was like, "What?" We were like, "You should come down, come dance with us." And I was like, she was like, "No." And like the door was open, and I was just trying to lean on the door. What's it called? The fucking doorway. Casually. And she was like, "No." He's like, "Come on." And he kind of gave her some grief. She was like, "No, leave me alone." And she closed the door on my fingers fully. You're not even listening. You don't have.
She closed the door on your finger.
Yeah, she should. There was no reaction. That's why Eugene's a bad man. He
I don't
can't
care about your
multitask.
fingers.
Fully closed her, right? And I almost passed out the pain. Like they squashed my finger so bad.
Yeah.
And then there was no doctor open that night, so I was just in bed, like, just crying the whole night. Next day I went to the doctor, and they was like, "Well, hopefully they'll work again." I couldn't use them. This is my right hand too, and I couldn't use them at school. I'd just go to like rehabilitation therapy, whatever it is. Like
Physical therapy, yeah.
with my granddad, he'd bring me to hospital, and I'd just be sitting there, just squeeze. They're like, "Can you squeeze the ball?" And I'm just like this.
And your grandfather's like, ouch!
He's finally
Not
got
that
some
one, Mark.
movement. But I'd just be like this for an hour each week. It took so long to get it back. And then I noticed they're fatter.
And that led to you buying that awful ring. Or that ring.
No,
I
that
mean.
led to me realizing, my knuckles got fucked up. So they're now wide.
I remember when I was younger, I thought I had class hands, and the older, the older I get, they're like disshaping themselves. Like,
Really?
because I used to be like, look at that, they're fucking. I should be a hand model. And
Oh.
now I'm like, oh, that finger's weird. Isn't that, you know what I mean?
Does
I broke my
every-
hand a few times.
Does every Irish person think they should be a model deep down?
Just a hand model. I've got,
Yeah, but no,
I've nice calves as well. Like knee to ankle isn't bad.
Oh, the gay dudes love
If
calves.
there was a knee to ankle model, jeez, I'd be unreal at that.
Really?
Yeah,
Not your market.
I've an okay back. I've a big broad back on me.
Okay, back.
Big broad back on me.
That's the dumbest.
Back like a door.
I almost want to end the fucking podcast because of that of big broad bracket. Can't even speak. NDNA.
Oh fuck.
Have you been watching? Has any viewer been watching the African Cup of Nations?
I mean, hold on. We can't ask him, but
Oh yeah, true.
I've seen some clips. All right.
The clips are unreal. So it's like it's the African Cup of Nations. The African soccer teams play, but it has to be corrupt.
Let's see if you can explain it better for Americans. It's like the
Yeah.
World Cup, except for Africa,
And
the America is not in Africa.
yeah, Americans be like, we don't care.
play? Oh, we don't care. You have to tell them that last. If you want them to retain any information, you have to tell them they're not involved last. And it has nothing to do with you. But you know what I mean?
I wonder what's going to happen. Speaking of stuff that Americans just put themselves into with the Ukraine situation.
Hold on. What kind of podcast is this? But go on. The Ukraine situation. All right, go on.
I don't know much about it.
Go on.
Can't do a hot take, but are they going to war?
Who?
Russia and Ukraine?
Russia always want the
Yeah.
Ukraine. Basically.
Over gas.
Over.
Isn't there the
whatever.
gas line though?
I mean, there's probably that.
I think they have a major gas
There's probably
line.
overlapping things, but probably just to do with land and.
Did you see that? There's a map where it shows like all the Russian forces on the Ukraine border. It's
I
unreal.
haven't seen it, but we'll
Really?
put it in. No, but they're all trying to do that. And the kind of narrative is depends on what president is the American president
Oh,
that's going
yeah.
to allow it or not, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
basically
yeah.
just a pretext for can we get the public interested enough in this that they'll think it justifies some president sending troops over there at some point. And,
Well, I mean, that's a
or
big one.
but do you want to elevate? Yeah, then it's who you're against. It's like Russia. It's not like fucking.
Afghan.
Yeah, which is mad. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
that's
then it
ano-
could be like they could do a fucking cyber war and just charge the government for. a lot
Oh
of money.
yeah, I saw that. There was some like, I think the Americans have some button they can press that will lock out Russians 5G.
Fucking some like Jesus. I know you kind of have to be involved in it because if you don't, someone else will. But they're just like fucking big kids, aren't they?
It's unreal. What do they call it?
Like they should put them all in a room and see who comes out alive.
yeah, they
See what I mean? And I don't know.
They should have
See, Burkina Faso's gone. You see that?
from where?
Not the AFCON. They're gone from fucking gone. They had a military coup.
Oh really?
Yeah, the military came on the TV and went,
It's over.
yeah, we had enough of this fella.
Really?
Yeah, we're in charge till we figure it out, yeah. Mad.
Oh no way, Jesus! Those movies they do about them, they're unreal.
About coups.
Yeah, but like the African ones, because they turn so
I am the
quickly.
captain now.
Yeah.
Or what's that? That's
No, that's a Somalian pirate. Who's the one? Forrest Whitaker's in it. He's good.
Blood Diamond.
No.
Where's the demo?
What?
Where's the demo?
Oh God, Eugene's black. Just now we can never ever show his face. He's black Irish.
You're Black Irish.
I didn't realize that meant that like Spanish pirates came over and had sex with the women.
It doesn't necessarily mean that. Like in the west coast of Ireland, traded. They weren't pirates. They were just seafaring people. They would go up and down. They would trade with.
Oh, but I don't think that. Oh yeah, but it wasn't like.
But they would culturally mix as well. Like they would speak Spanish and they would speak English or Irish or whatever. Gaelic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like Grace O'Malley. she could speak Spanish. And she would go up and down, and her boats are made by,
Really?
by Spanish people, yeah, shit like that. And she would import wine from Spain and sell it to like the aristocrats, and that's how she'd make connections and shit.
Wait, give us a history lesson on Grace O'Malley again.
I can't because
You don't have the info.
I have all the info, but I would like to someday pitch it to someone.
All right.
It's the best movie that's never been made.
Really?
Yeah, I think. It'd be like if someone had. Oh, it's not even like that. It'd be like a Gladiator, Braveheart kind of thing
with a woman.
with a woman, but it's a real, true story. That's not.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
And just like that, the podcast offered.
But no, I've told everyone about it, so someone's going to make it. But as long as they don't make it like fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, I'd hate that.
Wait, there's another one I read recently.
Make it like fucking.
What were we
Game of
talking
Thrones or
about it? It was like some Irish-based story. It was unreal. It was like, oh, this is definitely going to be a movie. Fuck, what was it? It was an older, like, it was around that time. No, it's gone. Just like that. That's why you need notes, podcast.
It was Grace O'Malley.
No, it was someone else. Fuck, what was it? It was such a good movie. Idea.
The Famine.
The Famine. No.
Have you ever seen Black 47?
No, what's that?
Oh, that's a good movie.
Really?
I don't want to talk up too much now in case you don't like it, but it's kind of like Tarantino-ish, but it's not Tarantino. I don't know who did it, but it's about the famine, and there's this fella who went off to fight for the English in Afghanistan, and he came back trained up to the bollocks, and he saw what was going on in like.
Oh, I read about that somewhere.
And then he just fucking starts taking out all these people.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking just. There's good fight scenes in it.
How come they were fighting Afghans back then?
Sure, they're always looking for poppies and.
Really?
They're always the English. Sure, they were the original Americans.
Jesus, so they've just been going on for ages. Those poor fuckers. They're just sitting on.
Not that they haven't been conquered by invaders. Like I don't think.
Yeah.
Have they? Or maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know, but I just saw like apparently 1 million of them are close to famine.
Oh fuck! It can't be good living.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of dumb. Like I don't know.
And that's how good we are at at doing a hot take. We're like, should we pick a current event?
Well, yeah, so I don't want to go too into anything like this, but like
it ended with, I don't know.
Like
that's how.
I do know, but it's so fucking nihilistic.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to get into it.
Wait, what about that Sylvia Plath woman?
She's a legend.
When was she, what time was she at?
That's a good question. I would say, do you want to guess?
Jeez, my guess is going to sound dumb. I'm sick of sounding dumb already. 1860.
I think she died in the 1900s.
What I was saying, the time she's born.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Really?
I mean, there's black and white photographs of her. She died in 1963. She was born in 1932.
I was close.
What's that? How old was she?
Wait, how old? 32, 31?
31, on my age. Dun, dun, dun.
It's time for you to pull a Sylvia.
Time to go.
Stuck her head in the oven.
Yeah, she died February 11th, so a few days left.
That'd be an unreal tribute. Imagine the next podcast.
Primrose Hill, London, though. That's the way to go.
Oh, yeah.
To get it done.
Imagine on next podcast, we're like, well, we have some good news and bad news. The bad news is he did it, but the good news is he did it, so he's mad at me.
He found a gas oven, and he went for it.
I think I have a gas oven here. Feel free. I remember the other day when the girl was like, "Oh, she stuck her head in the oven." I thought she cooked her.
I knew you thought that when you said that to me today. I was like, but then again, I thought about that as well. No one told me it was the gas thing, but I think I figured it out by going, how the fuck do you do it?
Because wouldn't you like naturally recoil?
I think after a while you fall asleep and pass out.
Oh, really?
To hold your head in the oven, like.
And then it's just, what is it like?
This is not a tip for anyone listening.
Oh yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Unless you're someone that annoys me profusely.
Unless you're Sylvia Plath.
Or her grandson.
Huh?
If she's got a lineage. I wonder if people do that. If there's like someone in the family kills himself, they want to keep the tradition going. In a weird way.
I think mental illness is maybe hereditary.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if like suicide is. Or tributes. No, that's dumb.
It's not.
I mean, people do that crazy shit like tribute. I mean, if you're gonna, I mean, no.
Have you seen that Beatles documentary yet?
No, everyone talks about those. Really long, is it?
Yeah, I want to watch it all because I heard it. The way it ends is kind of surprising. It like it doesn't blow up. Robbie was telling me, he goes, they just go like this. All right, I'm gonna head off, and they're like, okay. He's like, I don't want to be in the band anymore. And he goes,
who left the band?
George.
Not a big fan of Beatles.
Really?
Like music, like the music. Just
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about
Why?
who hated who and who. That drama's not fresh. It's over. It's like,
Oh yeah, true. But yeah, the fact they captured it all is pretty good.
yeah, I'd like to see that. I do like that. I like when there's loads of fucking.
Or there's,
stuff.
do you see that clip when they're like they start making a song, and they find a song and you see it? It's cool. Like I've seen it happen.
Oh, you see them live coming
Yeah.
up with a song that you know.
They're just like,
Hey Jude.
Jude.
Is that it?
No, it's not that one. I think it's Eleanor. No, I can't remember which one it is.
Hey Rude. I don't like Rude.
But they just kept going, and then they're like, "Oh, here are some lyrics." I'm really butchering the podcast music preparation.
What do you mean?
I'd say we're done. Oh, we got some good time.
It's 46 minutes in.
Yeah, we did it. No notes. We'll be back again next week with notes.
Episode what's next week? 6?
6. All right. So the new thing is we're going to shoot Monday. It's going to be out by Thursday. So now it's on camera. We have to commit. So make sure you like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Share the whore. Shout out to everyone that's come over from Theo's podcast. Shout out to everyone that prefers Eugene to me. You're going to be blocked. All right. Goodbye. Good luck. Goodbye.
Shout out to the fella who's buying my underwear.
Yeah. Goodbye from me and Mr. Underpants Man over here. That's it.
Adios.
Live